Hello there, fellow human people. My name's Damien, and I run this here bar. Although I may be blind as a bat, I make good work here. It is good business. Let me tell you something. When this place gets quiet, it gets real quiet. Like the first page of an empty notebook. Or like the first stage of my open playbook. Could you imagine that? I dreamt of acting. Oh, well, suppose it wasn't in the cards for me. You kids dream? Do any of you kids go to school? You should. It's good for you even when you think it's not. Wish I stayed in it. Making out like I didn't care didn't get me anywhere. Took me nowhere. I'm broken and bare. Oh, you might be wondering how a blind man got to work at a bar. You see, some people have a soft spot for old people, and others have empathy for the disabled. You put that together, and you get a really lucky man named Damien, who wound up talking to kids about how he got hired for a bar. Speaking of which, if you want a drink, any of you raise your hand? I couldn't tell if you did. Not allowed to serve you anyway. Still, I like to toy with people. It helps when I'm tired of doing the dirty work. And see, we all gotta have those life lessons. When we gotta have those moments. Yep. Wish I had those moments. Oh well. It's so neat that there are 7 billion people, and each lesson is different. You know? Maybe, perhaps for someone, it's to stop blowing things up and they won't end up in an asylum. Or in others, was to find a way to deal with stress rather than yelling and complaining about school. Oh, maybe someone needed help with grief. Heard there's a cult for that. Cults. Such a ridiculous thing. Yeah. Oh well. Whatever mine is, I hope it's good. But I guess no one ever taught me this life lesson. Otherwise I would have known what it is by now. Don't got much time left to figure it out, you know. I don't know, you know. It's real hot. Just give me a second. I gotta put this back. Jerry didn't tell me that they were cranking up the heat on this here day. Maybe it's summer in here? Maybe. Just give me a second, kids. Yeah, maybe I already learned it. Perhaps it came when I decided to abandon the philosophy of take what you deserve and quit. Quit asking for permission. Foolishness of youth, right? I still remember when I felt invincible. When I felt like nothing could hurt me. You kids probably feel like that right now, don't you? Well, let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you. The only question you'll be asked at the top is where you been? What'd you take, a pit stop? Can I give you some advice? Don't base your future on, forget it, I'm gonna do me from now on. Because that ain't gonna cut it. First thing you gotta do is stop tripping out about all this doubt and where I belong. I being you. They say, dream big, bigger than ever before. Do that. But be realistic. We can't all have sight. So you gotta use yours to your advantage. I know what you might be thinking, but if I keep dreaming, time will keep flying. Time will keep flying through that door. And funny thing, I used to think the same way. Oh, if they say pick something you can steer towards, remember that I said it first. But it's gotta be something worth aiming for. Where are you even? I can't see. No, I don't want to hit anybody. Just sit here. This stool. That's good. Hopefully you can see me. I mean, I can't see you. Yes. Anyway, where was I? Something about take what's yours, you know, working for life lessons. Oh, well, yeah. Take me for example. You know, I work at this here bar, and I haven't been able to see anything for many years now. But that's not the point. Point is, you kids have a chance to make a future, and you should. So don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. You see me, I'm gonna sit back, see if it's in the cards. You know, I don't have much time left to wait for fate to see what my chances are. It's fun for those that like to take it slow. I'm waiting to play my Lonely Queen of Hearts. Oh, which reminds me, talking about social issues and whatnot. See, every queen deserves recognition, and every king deserves recognition. But it don't matter how many cards you have in your hands, each got to be played. So once you stop trying to battle which is superior, you, my friends, you can find that they are all equal. You better keep that in your mind. So not a single one of you can think, not a single one of you can think that you're in this alone, that you're above everyone else, that you're consumed with being better than you were yesterday. Although it may be motivating, that's a tricky game because yesterday's a different day. You gotta figure out your life priorities. You didn't say anything, did you? I didn't catch it. Maybe you did. It's alright. Old man rambling and all. It's kind of my specialty. It's a part of being old. But you kids are young. You can learn from mistakes like mine. And I really much hope you do. So go out, assuming you want to. Live in the moment, assuming you choose to. And go make something of yourself rather than being a man over 50, working at a bar while he's blind because he's low class. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go take a leak. So I will see you guys on the flip side, hopefully. Come back sometime. I don't mind handing out drinks. Well, hello there, fellow human people. My name is Damien, and I run this here bar. Although I may be as blind as a bat that's blind, I make good work here. It's good business. Let me tell you something. When this place gets quiet, it gets real quiet, like the first page of an empty notebook. Like the first stage of my open playbook. Could you imagine that? I dreamt of acting. Yeah, well, I suppose it's not in the cards for me. You kids dream. You kids go to school. You should. It's good for you, even when you don't think so. Wish I stayed in it. Making out like I didn't care, didn't get me anywhere, took me nowhere. I'm broken and bare. Oh, you're probably wondering how a blind man got to work at a bar. It's real simple. See, some people have a soft spot for old people, and others have empathy for the disabled. Put that together, you get a really lucky man named Damien, who wound up talking to kids about how he got hired at a bar. Speaking of which, any of you kids want a drink? If you kids raise your hand. I couldn't tell if you did or not. I'm not allowed to serve you anyway. I just like to warn people. Helps when I'm tired of doing that dirty work, you know. We all gotta have those moments when working for that life lesson. It's so neat that there are 7 billion people and each lesson is different. For someone, it's to stop blowing things up. Maybe they won't end up in an asylum. But for others, it's to find a way to deal with stress rather than yelling and complaining about school. Oh, maybe someone needed help with grief. Or there's a cult for that. Cults. Such a ridiculous thing. Oh well. Whatever mine is, it's gotta be good. But I'm guessing no one ever taught me this lesson otherwise. I would have known it is by now. I don't have much time left to figure it out, you know. Maybe I already learned it. Perhaps it came when I decided to abandon the philosophy of take what you deserve and quit. Quit asking for permission. Yeah, the foolishness of youth. You kids probably feel invincible right now. Like nothing could hurt you. I used to feel the same way. But let me tell you something. The only question you'll be asked at the top is where you been? Would you take a pit stop? Hey. Take my advice. Don't base your future on forget it. I'm gonna do me from now on, because that ain't gonna cut it. First thing gotta do is stop tripping out about a little stout. Yeah, and where I belong, I being you. If they say dream big, bigger than ever before, do that, but be realistic. We can't all have sight. You gotta use yours to your advantage. I know what you might be thinking, but if I keep dreaming, time will keep flying through that door. The funny thing, I used to think the same way. If they say pick something, a goal you can steer towards, remember that I said first. But it's gotta be something worth aiming for. I remember telling this one customer the same thing, and he said, so I shoot for the moon, hoping to aim at the stars, but I'm constantly being blocked by Venus and Mars. I looked at him and I said, friend, I love that you're buying drinks, friend, but I'm afraid I'm no counselor. Just an old man. What a chap. So I sit back and see if it's in the cards. Not actually seeing. It's fun for those that like to take it slow. I'm waiting to play my lonely Queen of Hearts. Listen here. See, every queen deserves recognition. And every king deserves recognition. It don't matter how many cards you got in your hand, each need to be played. So once you stop trying to battle which is superior, you can recognize that they're all equal. Now keep that in mind, kids. Not a single one of you can think, I'm consumed with being better than I was yesterday. Because that's when time really starts to fly by. Very soon, you're over 50 and wondering how life skipped you by. Even so, even so, it may be motivational, but that's a tricky game because yesterday's a different day. And those same words even apply to myself, you see? See, I don't look to the past, because when I do, I'm suddenly aware of all the time that's lapsed. I wasted so much time looking back, and now I'm two halves, split between the future and the past, never present, just obsessing over every task. Oh. That's why I gotta live in the moment, and I'm telling you, if I was king, I'd lose my mind simply by having daughters. I guess it's just part of being old. There's being stuck on an endless looping soundtrack until the batteries on the device die. There's no reset button on my back, none that I can press away, and there's none on any of yours either, not from what I know. So that's why I gotta live in the moment, and that's why I like working at a bar, even though you may not be able to see everything, in my case, anything. You can still feel that those that want to live in the moment are. And I know I'm talking about moments a lot, but you guys gotta cherish them while you have them. They are ditching 5 of their friends to go confess to a girl that they like her. Or their moms reminiscing over the time they saw each other at a random grocery store. My favorite are the teenagers so sick of being put at the kids' table with the know-it-all 5-year-olds at the wedding. Those are always my favorite. They crack me up every time. See, the people that come here, wait, feels wobbly, might have to get that fixed. See, the people that come here are always so leisure. They're all like, so let's just drink a little tonight, enough to make it right. Cheers. Oh. And then they leave saying, next time. Next time. And then they come back the next day saying, so pour me just a little more and I'll forget what I should ignore. I tells you, if I was in their shoes, I'd be saying, there's no pretending anymore. That's, once again, why I gotta live in the moment. And speaking of those, I know I'm saying them a lot, but speaking of those, these old bones need a break. So, I'ma go in the washroom and all that. You know the routine. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed my old man ramble. In all seriousness, I think it's time to start over. To set the record straight. At least for me, this time when I start over, I won't hesitate. Tired of hitting that thing. Have a good day, folks.